Somewhere during your content creation journey, you're going to find yourself wanting to shoot a talking head video. But like most people, we don't have the resources or the money or the allocated space to have our own YouTube studio. But what we can do is be a little creative and use what we have. Today I'm going to show you how you can do it with a little creativity and very little resources and create a studio that looks like this. You are going to need a few things. You're going to need a tripod, some lighting, could be a window, and a good microphone to record your sound. And you're going to need to download Capcut on your phone. You're also going to need a camera, could even be your cell phone like what I'm using now. I started off by downloading an image of an office, and you can get these from anywhere. You can use it from a stock photography site, or you can use AI and generate your own. Since I'm using this video for YouTube, I stuck the ratio at 9:16, then I adjusted the image to fit accordingly. So originally, I ended up shooting a talking head video on a plain white wall at my house, and I knew that I was going to remove the background, so it wasn't so important about what was to my left and right. I just needed enough area to make sure that I get all of myself. After inserting the overlaid clip, I went down to the lower functions and there's an option to remove background. So I did that, and now I have no background, and I'm able to move myself around the backdrop however I see fit. At this point, you can adjust your composition and scale, see where you look most normal, where it doesn't look like too overpowering or, just not wonky. Side note, you're going to want to make sure that your backdrop is as long as your talking head portion, so that way they all match up and your background just doesn't disappear. So now that I'm okay with that, the one thing that's bothering me is the colors. So on the bottom section, you'll see a thing called adjust, and in that section, you're going to be able to adjust the colors. You can adjust the exposure, the brightness, the contrast. I just move everything real minimal to where it looks right to me, and you can always adjust it later, so it's not that big of a deal. But you get a good starting point of how you want it to look. Now that you got those color settings right, the next thing you're going to do is add a filter. And when you add this filter, you're going to want to add it to both clips. You do that by just making sure that when you do add the filter, it's at the bottom of the main timeline. There's so many filters to choose from, but at this point, this is when the two clips are going to start looking good together. They're both going to share similar qualities, similar color settings, and it's going to make it not as obvious. Now that it's just my filter, I'm pretty happy with the overall look of the video, but I'm still a little off on the colors of myself and the talking head part. I know it's a little bit confusing, but don't be overwhelmed. It's going to take a little bit of practice and a few tries, but I think you'll understand the general principle. Basically, you have a background of your choice, and on top of that, you have yourself talking, and you remove the background, and you're able to just collage it onto the video. So remember I was saying I didn't really like the colors, and I'm going to go back to the video clip of me talking and adjust them one more time. Kind of make it blend in a little bit better now that I can see it with the filter. I feel like I can get a better look of how it looks all put together. I go through the video one last time, see if there's anything that I missed, but now that I look at it, I'm pretty happy with it, and I think I'm about ready to save it. So if you look in the upper right hand corner of the app, you'll see where it says 1080p, and that's what I'm going to save this as. So on the bottom slider, I adjust the data rate all the way to the right, because I feel like to me, maybe that produces a better quality. I really have no idea. And from that point, you just save to device, and it starts exporting, and you're done. There's so many ways to do this, and this is just one of them. Hopefully it helps. Good luck.